There are symptoms the body sends in silence, small discomforts that you learn to ignore, passing pains you blame on age or diet. But what if I told you that some of these seemingly harmless signs could be the first warnings of colon cancer? This is one of the most silent and deadliest diseases when ignored. But when detected in time, it has a very high chance of being treated and cured. The big problem is that the early symptoms are easily mistaken for everyday issues: gas, constipation, fatigue. Many people only seek help when it's already too late. And that's exactly why this video exists: to alert you, to protect you, and, if needed, to push you to act now, before a simple symptom turns into something serious. Today, I'm going to show you the key warning signs of colon cancer that should never be ignored. You'll understand why they happen, how to identify them, and what to do if you're experiencing any of them. The right information at the right time can literally save lives. And if this video makes you think, share it. It might be the wake-up call someone close to you needs. Before we go on, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. And drop a comment below. My health begins with paying attention to the signs. This comment is your commitment to care for your body and for the time you still have. Colon cancer, also known as colorectal cancer, is one of the most common cancers in the world, and also one of the most silent. It develops in the large intestine, usually from small polyps that grow along the colon wall. These polyps often cause no symptoms at first, but over time, they can turn into malignant tumors that severely threaten a person's health and life. What makes this cancer especially dangerous is the fact that symptoms often appear late when the disease may already be advanced. Many people confuse the signs with common digestive issues like poor diet, stress, or simply getting older. That's exactly why recognizing the right symptoms as early as possible can make the difference between an early diagnosis and a much tougher battle. The earlier colon cancer is detected, the greater the chances of cure and the less impact it has on quality of life. So it's not about panic, it's about paying attention. Now let's get into the first critical symptom you should never ignore. This is one of the clearest and most ignored signs of colon cancer. Many people notice traces of blood on toilet paper or in their stool and think it's just hemorrhoids, a fissure, or straining during a bowel movement. But the truth is that any presence of blood in the stool requires immediate medical investigation. It's the body's way of saying something isn't right. The blood can be visible with a reddish color, or hidden, mixed into the stool, and making it appear very dark, almost black. This kind of bleeding can come directly from lesions in the colon, caused by tumors that grow and rupture small blood vessels. And the longer this bleeding continues, the greater the risk of anemia, weakness, and worsening of the condition. Ignoring this symptom out of embarrassment, fear, or assumptions can be a costly mistake. Even if you think it's something minor, even if you've had it before, blood in the stool is never normal. It's a sign that needs to be evaluated with medical tests, especially if you're over 45 or 50 years old, or earlier if there's a family history of intestinal cancer. If you've already noticed this symptom and haven't looked into it, don't wait. Getting a colonoscopy might seem uncomfortable, but it could be the difference between a minor scare and a life-altering diagnosis. Your body is trying to warn you. Listen. While there's still time, one of the most common and most overlooked symptoms of colon cancer is a sudden change in your bowel habits. If you've always had a regular pattern and suddenly start experiencing constant diarrhea, prolonged constipation, or alternating between the two, that's a red flag. The intestines function like a clock, and when they start malfunctioning without a clear explanation, it's a sign that something more serious could be going on inside. These changes occur because, as the tumor grows, it can partially block the colon or affect the way the intestines perform peristalsis, the movements that push stool through the gut. This alters the rhythm and consistency of your bowel movements, causing constant discomfort, a feeling of incomplete evacuation, and even mild to moderate abdominal pain. Many people, especially older adults, blame these changes on stress or diet and delay seeking medical attention. The problem is that the longer it's ignored, the more the cancer can progress undetected. When your intestines start acting differently for no clear dietary or emotional reason, your body is asking for attention. That's the moment to investigate. Even if the tests don't point to cancer, you might uncover other conditions that need care. And if it is something serious, you'll still have time to act. Being aware of subtle changes in your own body is an act of responsibility. Don't normalize changes that have never been part of your usual routine. If your bowel habits have changed, you need to find out why. Prevention starts with awareness, and your life may depend on that awareness. Many people see weight loss as a good thing, especially if they're not even trying. But when you start losing weight without changing your diet, without increasing physical activity, and without any clear reason, it's a warning sign for your entire body. In the case of colon cancer, that unexplained weight loss could be one of the first silent signs that something serious is happening. This happens because the body, in an effort to fight the tumor, uses up more energy even at rest. In addition, the cancer can interfere with nutrient absorption and alter metabolic function. Your body starts burning through its reserves without you realizing, and the result is progressive weight loss, often accompanied by weakness, fatigue, and even a drop in mood. The body goes into defense mode while, from the outside, everything seems fine. It's important to understand that, especially in older adults, unintentional weight loss is always a red flag. Even if it comes with increased appetite or a feeling of lightness, it can be masking a dangerous internal process. And the longer this goes on without intervention, the harder treatment and recovery become. If you or someone close to you has lost 10, 15, or more pounds quickly without a clear reason, that's a sign to see a doctor. It's a quiet symptom, but a powerful one, and could be the key to early diagnosis. Don't ignore it. Listen to what your body is trying to say. Feeling tired after a busy day or a bad night's sleep is normal. But when fatigue becomes constant, even after rest, and you feel drained for no clear reason, it could be a silent sign that something more serious is going on. And in the case of colon cancer, this feeling of unexplained exhaustion may be linked to anemia caused by internal bleeding. As the tumor grows, it can cause small, ongoing internal bleeds, often invisible in the stool. These slowly drain the body's iron, weakening the blood and reducing its ability to carry oxygen to your tissues. With less oxygen circulating, the whole body starts slowing down, and the first sign is extreme tiredness, even during simple daily activities. The big problem is that most people believe this fatigue is just part of aging, stress, or modern life, and so they don't look into something that could be treated early on. Persistent fatigue, especially when combined with pale skin, shortness of breath, or frequent headaches, is a clear signal that your body needs medical attention. If you constantly feel exhausted, even after sleeping well and eating reasonably, don't ignore it. Fatigue could be your body's silent cry for help, and the sooner you listen, the greater your chances of full recovery. Most people don't pay attention to the shape of their stool, and that's one of the biggest mistakes when it comes to preventing colon disease. When your stool starts coming out thin, almost flattened, it's a sign that something could be blocking or compressing the inside of your intestines. This symptom is especially concerning when it appears suddenly and starts happening frequently. And one of the most serious possible causes is a tumor, partially obstructing the passage of stool. Colon cancer can grow silently for a long time, forming on the inner walls of the intestine without causing pain or bleeding at first. As it grows, it reduces the internal space of the colon, causing the stool to change shape due to pressure along the way. This narrowing may not be painful at first, but it's one of the clearest physical signs that something inside you has changed. And when ignored, the tumor can continue to grow, leading to far more serious consequences. Many people assume this kind of change in stool shape is related to what they ate the day before or to stress. But your stool's shape is a direct result of your colon's health, and changes that last more than a few days should never be brushed off, especially when accompanied by other symptoms like a feeling of incomplete evacuation, gas, or hidden blood, even if it's just a small spot. Paying close attention to your body is one of the smartest things you can do for your health. If you've noticed this kind of change, and it's been repeating for several days, don't wait to see if it goes away. This might be one of the only warnings your body gives you before the problem becomes much bigger. What today is just a symptom could become a diagnosis tomorrow. And only you can stop that in time. Stomach pain is one of the most common complaints in doctors' offices, and, for that reason, one of the most underestimated. But when that pain becomes constant, always shows up in the same spot, or is accompanied by excessive gas and frequent bloating, it's time to raise a red flag. Colon cancer, especially in its early stages, can show up like this: mild discomfort that grows over time, but is easily mistaken for indigestion or constipation. Abdominal pain caused by a tumor can come from two main factors: partial obstruction of the intestine or inflammation around the lesion. This disrupts the normal movement of stool, causes excessive fermentation, and affects intestinal motility. The result is that heavy feeling, bloating even after eating very little, constant gas, and recurring pain with no clear connection to any specific food. And the more you ignore it, the worse it gets, until it can no longer be hidden. One of the biggest mistakes is assuming that this pain is just part of getting older or a reflection of a bad diet. Sure, many of these symptoms can come from simpler causes, but when they persist, become part of your routine, and don't improve with dietary changes, they need to be investigated urgently, especially if they're showing up alongside the other symptoms we've talked about in this video. If you've been feeling this kind of discomfort for weeks, if you've already tried light diets and the bloating, pain, and gas are still there, your body is asking for attention. Book an appointment. Get the test done. Avoid the regret of a late diagnosis when the signs were there from the beginning. Pain is one of the body's first warnings, and when it comes back repeatedly, it's because your body wants you to listen. If, throughout this video, you've identified with one or more of the symptoms we've shown, the message is simple and direct. See a doctor. Don't delay. Don't try to explain it away. Don't wait for it to pass. The human body is intelligent. It gives warnings, alerts you, shows signs, and repeats them. But if you keep ignoring them, those signs will go quiet. And when that happens, it might already be too late. You don't need to know whether it's something serious or not, but you do need to investigate to find out. It's natural to feel fear when facing the possibility of something serious, but fear should never be stronger than your desire to live well, with independence, dignity, and health. Medicine has advanced so much, and colon cancer, when caught early, has an extremely high cure rate. But the only way to beat this silent enemy is to recognize it before it gains strength. And that's only possible with proper testing, diagnosis, and medical care. Don't rely only on, "I feel fine." Many serious diseases start that way, feeling like nothing at all, until they become impossible to ignore. You might be feeling tired, but still going through your day. You might have noticed changes in your bowel habits, but chalked it up to just getting older. But if you've watched this far, Some part of you already knows it's time to pay attention. And if it turns out to be something minor, even better. You'll gain peace of mind knowing everything is okay. But if it's the beginning of something serious, you'll gain time. And when it comes to your health, time is the most valuable thing there is. Even 1 week of early detection can mean the difference between a simple treatment and a difficult fight. So schedule a consultation. Talk to your trusted doctor. And if possible, ask for a colonoscopy, especially if you're over 45 or have a family history of colon cancer. Your health is worth that care. Your life is worth that decision. Don't wait for the symptoms to start screaming. Listen now, while there's still time to act. Colon cancer prevention doesn't just happen in clinics and labs. It begins on your plate. Maintaining a fiber-rich diet is one of the most effective habits for protecting your gut. Fiber helps clean the colon, supports healthy bowel movements, and prevents toxic substances from building up too long in your body. Include daily sources like whole fruits with skin, leafy greens, whole grains like oats and brown rice, and seeds like flax and chia. Another key point is cutting back on processed and cured meats like sausages, ham, bacon, and salami. International studies show that regular consumption of these foods is directly linked to a higher risk of colorectal cancer. That's because they contain nitrites, chemical preservatives that can form carcinogenic substances in the intestine during digestion. Choose lean meats prepared at home and always prioritize fresh, whole foods. Too much red meat over a lifetime can also be a risk factor. The ideal is to balance it out with plant-based sources of protein like beans, lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. These foods are easier on your digestive system, and they also bring fiber, antioxidants, and natural anti-inflammatory compounds. More variety on your plate means more protection for your body. Another strong ally for gut health is foods rich in probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics, found in natural yogurts, kefir, and kombucha, help maintain a balanced gut microbiota, which boosts immunity and reduces inflammation. Prebiotics, found in foods like garlic, onion, green bananas, and asparagus, feed the good bacteria. A healthy microbiome means a stronger gut and greater resistance to disease, including cancer. Let's not forget about teas. Some herbal teas have powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Green tea, for example, contains catechins that help fight oxidative stress and protect intestinal cells. Turmeric tea, ginger tea, and even mint tea also offers protective benefits and aids digestion. Drinking just 1 cup of these natural teas a day can be a simple yet powerful habit. Hydration is another critical and often overlooked factor. Drinking enough water throughout the day keeps your intestines moving, prevents constipation, and helps eliminate toxins. When the body is dehydrated, the intestines absorb more water from the stool, making it harder to pass and increasing the risk of lesions. Water is life, even for your colon. Regular physical activity also has a direct impact on gut health. Exercise improves metabolism, stimulates bowel function, and reduces overall inflammation in the body. It also lowers insulin resistance and reduces belly fat, 2 risk factors strongly linked to colorectal cancer. You don't need a gym. Walking, dancing, biking, or even stretching makes a big difference. And finally, take care of your emotions. Chronic stress and constant tension affect digestion, immune function, and gut microbiome balance. Getting good sleep, having a support system, enjoying leisure time, and practicing things like meditation might seem small, but they shape your long-term health. Caring for your body is essential, but caring for your mind is non-negotiable. If you've made it this far, it shows you care about your life, your body, and your time. But knowing isn't enough. What changes everything is what you do with what you know. This video wasn't made to scare you or to diagnose you. It's here as a wake-up call, a bridge between what you've been feeling and what your body might have been trying to say for a while now. Most people only seek help when the pain is screaming, when the symptoms can't be hidden anymore. But the ones who truly live with awareness, they listen to the whispers of the body before they become screams. You don't have to wait for the problem to grow enormous before deciding to act. And sometimes all it takes is one appointment, one test, one habit change to prevent a fight that never should have begun. Taking care of your colon is taking care of your body's foundation. It's where life, energy, and the nutrients that feed every cell begin. To ignore it is to close your eyes to a silent problem that spreads without asking permission. And the time you have right now is your greatest weapon against any disease. You have the power to make choices today that will echo for years to come, whether it's improving your diet, scheduling a test, or sharing this video with someone who needs it. Now is not about perfection. It's about awareness. It's about knowing that even with fear, you're doing everything you can to keep living with independence, clarity, and health. If this video moved you in any way, if it brought you clarity, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss content that genuinely takes care of your life. And comment below, "My prevention starts now." This sentence isn't just a comment. It's a commitment to your health, your future, and the people who love you.